Athletes, welcome back. It's important to remember that legends never die, and you're a legend for showing up today. We got the workout for you with Jacob and Ray. We got sit-ups and we got pike push-ups or dumbbell shoulder to overhead. So get set. Your warm-up is coming up next. Your warm-up is starting now. We've got 10 seconds on the clock. If I can get the remote to start, stand by. We're still going. We're not stopping. We can't afford batteries here, which is the thing. We got 10 seconds on the clock, so we are getting started. I'm gonna have you guys go ahead and get down to the floor, because how better to warm up for a sit-up than doing sit-ups? We're going right now, so we're gonna use this time to go over points of performance. When we're going through our sit-ups, if you're using an ab mat, the fatter portion of that mat is gonna be closer to your back. If you don't have an ab mat, you can take a towel and roll it up to fit the small of your back. It may take 1 to 2 towels to get the same size as an ab mat, but you can work with that. When we're sitting up, we're thinking about throwing those arms and then touching our feet. We wanna make sure that our shoulder gets past our hip crease. When we go back, we have to touch the ground behind our head, and then we go right back into that sit-up. Go ahead and relax for me. The next thing that we have is I'm gonna have both athletes roll over onto their fronts, and we are gonna go into a hand release push-up here. So if you need to do these on your knees, I'm gonna have Jacob go to knee hand release push-ups for me, all the way down to the floor and then back up. Ray is doing the same thing. We're gonna go into lying arm circles. Now what this is gonna be is both athletes are gonna lay on their stomach. They're gonna take hands and put them behind their hips, touching their hands together, then rotate out, reaching overhead, touching hands over top, and then bringing them back. We're just getting those shoulders warmed up. Try not to touch the floor as we go through these rotations back and forth. I wanna get all those corners, every piece that you can out of those shoulders. We're gonna come back to a standing position now. And then what we're gonna do is that I'm gonna have Ray go into a pike position. I'm gonna have Jacob pick up one of his dumbbells, and he's gonna go single dumbbell overhead, and we're gonna try to push press these today, so no re-dip underneath. With Ray, she's gonna go down to the top of her head in a pike push-up position and then back up. When we go through these, we are moving towards our toes as we go into that pike push-up position and then back to head between arms. Go ahead and relax for me, Ray. Relax, Jacob. Did we get that other arm in? Let's switch to the other side right now. Ray's doing pike push-ups again. No, I'm kidding, Ray. You were done with your pike push-ups. Grab that dumbbell and let's go that shoulder to overhead on the other side. Push press if we can. Going all the way through, making sure we're getting full extension there. Jacob is gonna be using dumbbells today. With this, we are prescribing as a push press, but if we need to do a push jerk, we can re-dip underneath those dumbbells to get them overhead. Go ahead and relax. I'm gonna have both athletes back to their ab mats. Now with these ab mat sit-ups, we're gonna go through a total of 7. So just give me 7 ab mat sit-ups, throw those arms, breathe out as you sit up, get that full range of motion in. Now with this, if we need to modify our sit-ups because range of motion is an issue, what we can do is that I'm gonna have Jacob kick that ab mat out to the side real quick. Get your feet flat on the floor, lay all the way back, put your hands on your legs, and I'm gonna have Jacob slide those hands up to his knees as he sits up and then back down. You pick the range of motion, but you can shorten this up if you need to modify, so pick the variation that works for you. Athletes are gonna be back on their fronts for me, and we're going into those hand release push-ups again. For our hand release push-ups, we're gonna go all the way down to the floor, pick those hands up and back up. We've got Jacob on our knee push-ups. If you wanna add a little bit of spice to those knee push-ups, straighten up all the way at the top, Jacob, all the way at the top, all the way, there we go, just like that. So add it in, it'll help us get better at those regular push-ups. Now we're gonna get back down on the floor. Give me those shoulder rotations again. So hands behind your back, rotate around, and then back up. And go through 3 rotations for me total. And then we're gonna stand back up, and then Jacob's gonna grab both dumbbells. He's making sure that these 70-pound dumbbells that he's using for this workout are not gonna be too easy for him. So he's gonna take those overhead. I'm gonna have Ray give me 1 pike push-up because we're saving all the good reps for the workout. She's gonna rotate, or she's gonna shift forward to her toes and then back up, lock out, perfect. And Jacob is done after that rep. Wonderful. We can probably go 80s. We'll figure that out in between our break, between the warm-up and the workout. But get yourself ready. We got that workout coming up next. Athletes, the workout is here. We've got 10 seconds on the clock. You are starting with sit-ups, so go ahead and make your way to where you were doing those. You're starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So Ray started a little bit early there. We're gonna count that first rep, but both athletes are competing for rights to a free acai bowl after this. So we're gonna see who the champion is. If you see them moving a little bit faster, that is the secret. Because who doesn't enjoy an acai bowl? We're going all the way through with this range of motion of sitting back, touching the ground behind our head, throwing our arms and breathing out when we sit up, and then making contact with our feet. I can give you the rule of touching your toes if you want to, but most importantly, I'm looking for your shoulders to get past your hip crease on this. So if you guys are trying to do that little nobody's gonna notice of trying to pull your feet closer so you only have to sit up halfway, I need the whole range of motion. Now, if you're modifying the sit up to doing our hands on our legs and going as far as we can with the range of motion, that is acceptable, and that's what I wanna see if that is challenging for you. It is acceptable. I just wanna make sure I was clear on that. So now we've got our athletes going into our pike push-ups, and we've got Jacob going into his dumbbell push press. And he's done with those. This man is going up in weights because, again, 70-pound dumbbells are not. I'm gonna be a little impromptu set change here. I want you guys to keep working, and I'm gonna see what we've got back here. I think here we go. This is perfect. All right. We'll just bring these right over here. And we got both athletes on their second round right now, out of 5. We have no rest built into this. So if you've been here before, you've done workouts with us that have planned rest, workouts that don't have planned rest, and the approach to that is always gonna be a little bit different. When we have rest time built in, we can increase our our intensity just a little bit because we get that rest that's coming up. For a workout like this, what we're thinking about doing is establishing a pace in round number 1 that we are going to be able to maintain through all of our rounds. And it looks like we got Jacob on the right amount of weight here. In all seriousness, I know how strong Jacob is, and I know that he can handle the 50-pound dumbbells that we have right now. And from a stimulus perspective, if you're doing pike push-ups, these can be very, very difficult. So we want to find a dumbbell weight that is going to be somewhat equal to that, to where we are having to work, and if we have to break up those sets, then we can. So I got Jacob going on to his second set of 5 here. He's breathing, and he's still giving us those nice push press of getting the lockout with no read up underneath. If it got too difficult for him, he would be allowed to push jerk. And as a great athlete, he is setting those dumbbells down. Don't drop them, because even if it's your home gym, I'm watching, and I know. It's like the bat signal going up in the air. If you guys, and I'm a Marvel fan, not a DC fan, but still it's a good analogy. If you drop your equipment, that's awful. Don't do that, please. PSA from me personally. We got both athletes on to their next round. Now, I'm gonna give Jacob a little bit of a reprieve here because we're changing this up. I'm gonna let him do the 30s every other round and the 50s every other round. So this is like a treat for him. He's gonna get to go down to those 35s on this next round. We've got Ray working through her pike push-ups, doing a great job of when she comes down. I want you guys to take note that she is getting into a tripod position on the ground. So she's got her head slightly in front of her hands, and that's what that rotation, that shifting onto our toes allows you to do. When you guys do a handstand push-up, and if you never plan to do a handstand push-up ever in your life, that is okay. The pike push-up still has that functional benefit of a press overhead. So if we're in the airplane and we're having to take our carry-on and it's really, really heavy and we have to press it up over our head before we put it in the overhead bin, that is your functional component of that. So we want to get into a good position there. We got Jacob onto our 35s. We got Ray back onto her sit-ups here. Jacob's strategizing, breaking those push press up. Jacob is trying to maintain push press rather than modifying and going to the push jerk, because in the programming we do have push press today. But if you find that the push jerk is something that works better for you and you do need to modify, that's allowed, as long as you're getting that work in. We got Jacob making his angry face right now, back onto his sit-ups. We got Ray onto her set number 4. And we got Jacob on set or round number 4. And we got Ray going into her pike push-ups. Jacob still has his fun face on. There we go, that's it. It sneaks out of there every once in a while. So we've got Ray back onto her pike push-ups, making sure that when she goes through this, she gets the full extension with her head between her arms. I want you guys to make sure you're getting full extension at that top position because again, we're mimicking our handstand push-up position. We got Jacob cranking out these sit-ups, super excited to get back to his 50-pound dumbbells. If we had 40-pound dumbbells, I would have gone to those, but that's what we've got. So I've got the 40s, they're just hidden in the back. We got Jacob moving to his dumbbells here. And in all seriousness, I got serious before I get serious again. I know Jacob can handle this weight. So we're not giving him a weight or a loading that he's not able to work with. I don't want you guys to go too heavy on this. Make sure it's something that you do feel confident in how you can move with it. Jacob's gonna bring those up to his shoulders and then he's gonna dip and drive, breathing out every time that he presses. Making sure we're getting full lockout before those dumbbells come down. And Jacob is done with the first portion of those reps. We got 5 or 4. We got 4 done. I counted. I was making sure I was counting right. I trust Jacob. Now Jacob's gonna crank out all 6 in one set. Ooh, I don't know. We're gonna see. I think he can. You guys wanna give him a little bit of encouragement, throw it in the comments below. Give Jacob some love here. Ray is working through her last and final round here, making it look like an easy day. And she was worried about those pike push-ups. She's doing them like it's her job. We got Jacob working through his 7th shoulder to overhead, or sorry, his push press. So we're taking a quick break, take a nice deep recovery breath, and then Jacob knows dessert's coming after this because we got those 35s. That's the easy work for him. He's got his last set of 3 on these 50s here. He's gonna make them look nice and smooth. We dip and drive and breathe out. Great job. Let's go, Jacob, you can get it. Come on, give me one more, dip and drive. Fantastic job. He's back on to his last round now. He's got sit-ups and then he's on to his 35s. Ray is working through her last pike push-ups. She is going unbroken, which before this workout, she's like, I'm gonna definitely have to break these up. Ray was just trying to get an acai bowl out of this by throwing that in there. It's like, I don't know, what is a sit-up? I don't know, what are we doing today? So Ray is done. We got Jacob moving through, and hey, for Jacob working with these 50s, he's getting an acai bowl as well, so don't worry about him. He's gonna get his reward for this. I want you guys to continue to work. If you're working with Jacob, if you're keeping pace with him, stay right with him. Jacob is working on this. He didn't know he was going up in weight, but like a true athlete, he rolled with the punches, and he's doing it with a smile on his face. There it is. We're on our last set of sit-ups for Jacob, and then he's going to his 35s. Now, we can always give ourselves mini goals here, and what I'm gonna give Jacob is we're gonna see how big of a set on those 35s that we can do. This is gonna take a good amount of focus. We wanna make sure that we take a nice deep breath in, and he's gotta utilize those legs. The push press means that we can use our lower body to dip and drive into that. If we did a push jerk, that would be a re-dip underneath, but today we're focused on that push press. So he's collecting himself, he's reevaluating his decision to come here this morning. He's gonna rock it out right now. Because remember, I said at the beginning, legends never die, baby. And we got Jacob going all the way through here, looking like those 35s weigh 10 pounds. We're gonna go all the way. And fantastic job, Jacob. Ray, great job. Great job, athletes. If you're still working, make sure you get all those reps in. For everybody who's finished, wonderful job. You got your cool down coming up next, so stick around. Athletes, big props to everyone for the effort you brought today, especially Jacob for throwing those 50s in there, impromptu. So wonderful job, guys. We loved having you. Now, I'm saying athletes all the time, and if you're like, who are you talking to? I'm not an athlete. You're an athlete, you just did this workout. If you move your body and you're doing workouts with us, you are automatically inducted as an athlete. And to make it official, you should join the Mayhem Athlete community. We've got a 7-day free trial that you can start last week to get your way on to your fitter, better version of yourself. Whether you're looking to just take on life's challenges a little bit easier or make it all the way to the competition floor, the Mayhem Athlete community has your back. You'll find a group of like-minded athletes that will encourage you along the way to your goals and have a great time while doing it. So join us today. We can't wait to have you. Now you got your cool down listed here, so please make sure that you stick around and do this because your body just took care of you. So take care of your body, and as always, be good, be kind, and join us again for another great day of fitness.